One day before Kansas City's top cop retires, the number of police officers on the street is down. Response times for calls have increased and violent crime is up.
So tonight, 41 Action News digs deeper into one program designed to stop crime. After reviewing hundreds of records, 41 Action News investigator Andy Alcock looks into whether Nova is working.
The peace of an early Sunday morning was shattered 2 years ago. More than 20 bullets fired into a home at 67th and Walrand. Investigators later determined was gang-related. The only victim was 3-year-old Amorian Hale, who died in his home. The crime was so awful, Kansas City Mayor Sly James came to the scene.
I don't know how you can be anything other than disgusted and sad.
To specifically address Kansas City's violent crime, a community collaboration of local, state, and federal law enforcement called the Kansas City No Violence Alliance, or NOVA, was first put into action in 2013. The idea is to specifically interact with repeat violent offenders and their friends to give them better options than violent crime. According to a 2015 UMKC study of NOVA's effectiveness, the program had a rocky start, but by 2014 it was operating effectively. The study concludes NOVA helped dramatically reduce violent crime in 2014 when there were 78 homicides, a 10-year low. But the study also found the longer NOVA was in place, the less effective it became.
I think we're a little early to say that NOVA is either a success or a long-term failure. We don't know that yet.
Is NOVA working in your judgment?
Absolutely, and crime is down with those people that are involved in the network by 10%.
While Forte says the specific repeat violent offenders NOVA has targeted aren't committing as many crimes, Kansas City homicides have skyrocketed from a 10-year low of 78 in 2014 to a 10-year high of 128 last year. And the city is on pace to break that record this year. Mayor James, who's on the NOVA board of directors, acknowledges the program has its limits.
Drive-by shootings, domestic violence, those types of things that NOVA really is not able to address.
The NOVA study notes in April 2014, Chief Forte permanently transferred 28 officers from the Patrol Bureau to the Violent Crimes Division and another 30 to investigate gun crimes. Now, with violent crime up and the number of officers below 1,300 for the first time in a decade, 41 Action News wanted to know how NOVA fits into the current KCPD picture. Mayor James at the April Police Board meeting said even the board doesn't fully understand NOVA's role.
This is kind of why we need to be telling people what NOVA is doing, because the board doesn't know.
On March 28th, 41 Action News sent an open records request asking how many KCPD officers were assigned to NOVA and any numbers showing their impact. On April 6th, Captain Stacy Graves responded by saying KCPD does not have any officers specifically assigned to NOVA. They all are. Graves also wrote, "I am waiting on stats for the remainder of your request." Almost 2 months later, we're still waiting. More than a month ago, we put in another open records request with KCPD asking for a series of emails to shed more light on NOVA. We were told this morning that information has been found, but we don't have it yet. A KCPD staffing study scheduled to be released by the end of the month may shed more light on NOVA. I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.
From Kansas